Welcome back, everyone. Today I am going to show you how to make chicken fettuccine alfredo. This is a really easy recipe. There's like 3 parts to it. We're going to prepare the chicken, we've got to prepare the sauce, and we're going to make the pasta, which I've got a big pot of water coming to a boil back there, and once that comes to a boil, I'll show you what we're going to add to that. We're going to start with 2 large chicken breasts. We want to turn these into cutlets. We are going to cut these lengthwise in half. I'm going to put my gloves on, bring you over here. Let's start making this. I've got 2 pretty large chicken breasts that are boneless, skinless. Take a sharp knife. You're going to start on one end, about halfway down your chicken breast, lengthwise. And we're going to slice through. Go very slow. We want them evenly sized. Like that. And then we're going to pound these out to make them nice and even. There we go. I'm going to get some plastic wrap and put it over the chicken, nice and tightly around the edges of the cutting board. That way you don't have chicken going everywhere. A large pot of water has come to a boil. We're going to add in about half a tablespoon of salt. And then we're going to add 8 ounces of a fettuccine noodle, uncooked. And we're going to cook it per the directions on the back of the package for al dente. I'm going to add more in there because I got hungry kids. And I may double the sauce too. I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so 16 ounces. We're going to double the recipe. Now what we're going to do is stir the pasta into the water for 1 minute, and that'll help it not stick while it cooks. And this takes about 12 to 14 minutes. 12 minutes will be the al dente, and the 14 will be fully cooked. All right, let's go back over and pound out our chicken. I'm just going to use the flat edge of our meat mallet, flatten out the chicken a little bit, just so that it's equal size all the way across. Don't be thinking about anybody when you're doing this step. All right, there we go. Now we're going to season it up. We're going to start with some salt. Got some black pepper. Flavor it up. Garlic powder. We're just going to put it right across. Onion powder, right across. Now I'm using some smoked paprika. It'll give it some flavor and also give that chicken some nice color to offset with that fettuccine in the sauce. Just going to take a fork and just kind of press in the seasonings, and then we'll flip it over. Season the other side. A little bit of salt. Oh, whoops. I guess we have to flip it over. I'm going to flip it over. I got ahead of the gang there, didn't I? Season with a little bit of salt. Some black pepper. It's okay, things happen in your kitchen, right? Got some garlic powder. Yum. That's always good in fettuccine, right? Some onion powder, lots of it. I'm not chopping up an onion for this recipe today, so we're going to use lots of onion powder. And that paprika. This is a smoked variety. You can use regular if you want. I'm using it really for the color. I'm just going to press that in. Now we're going to give our chicken a crust as we cook it. So we're going to dredge it through the flour. And before I do that, we're going to get our pan ready. I'm using a large, deep skillet. We're going to place it on a medium-high heat. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. You want to let that melt and start sizzling. Yeah, we got thunder going on right now, so that's what you're hearing. I'm hoping the power stays on. while that's coming to a sizzle, I've got about half a cup, 3/4 cup of flour here. I'm not sure exactly how much you're going to need, but enough to coat all of our chicken. It's just a light dredge. We're going to pick up one of the chicken cutlets. We're going to place it into the flour, press it down so it can grab a hold of that flour on all over the chicken. We're going to pick it up, we're going to turn it over, place it down, give it a nice push into the flour there. Now we're going to get ready to put it into our pan with the butter that's sizzling to shake off the excess flour. I'm going to be cooking these in 2 batches since we have 4 cutlets. That way there's room for them to cook. So we'll be doing 2 at a time. Now the second cutlet, just put it into your flour. We're going to turn it over, get the other side all nice and dredged. Then we're just going to pick it up, shake off that excess flour, and we're going to place it into the skillet. Now the chicken breast will take about 3 to 5 minutes on each side depending on the thickness of your chicken cutlet. It should be golden brown on both sides and cooked through. You don't want to see any pink. Now with the other cutlets, I would not dredge them until those chicken breasts come out of the pan. Let's take a look. Yeah, perfect. Let's turn it over. We're going to cook these another 3 to 5 minutes. You want to test with a meat thermometer, or you can just like cut into it and check for doneness. We're going to remove our cooked chicken onto a plate. Now I did cut my chicken in half just to check for doneness. We're going to set the chicken off to the side after we've covered it with foil to save it for the end of the recipe. Now we are going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter to our skillet so we can cook up the remaining cutlets. I've cooled down my pan just a little bit and we're going to put it on a medium-high heat. I've taken out some of the excess grease from the pan, left about half a tablespoon of that excess butter. We are going to add in an additional 4 tablespoons of butter. Now we are fixing to make that delicious creamy Alfredo sauce. I am doubling the recipe as I was doubling the pasta also, but we're not doubling the chicken. While the butter is melting in the skillet, we are going to add a block of cream cheese. Now this is 8 ounces. I let it sit out while I was cooking the chicken and also the pasta. That way it was nice and soft. So that way it's easier in the skillet to melt. Now to this we're also going to add half a cup of chicken broth. And we're going to add in a lot of garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons. We're going to blend this together until the cream cheese and the butter is melted and we have a smooth consistency. All right, we are going to add in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. We are going to allow this to simmer for just a few minutes until the sauce has thickened. We are going to taste for salt and pepper. Ooh, that's good. We're going to crack in some black pepper and salt. Let's whisk that together. I'm going to grate in a wedge of Parmesan cheese, well, most of it anyway. Look at that. Make it fresh. We're going to whisk this all together. We're going to clear this thing, bring our pasta in, put it in, coat it really good. In with a little bit of water and stir it every so often, that way it wouldn't stick. All right, let's place all of the pasta into the sauce. We're going to stir it all together. Make sure that fettuccine is well coated with that sauce. It looks so delicious. Look how creamy that sauce is. All right, we're fixing to lay across our pasta that chicken that we cooked. Now I sliced it, made it look nice and pretty. We're going to add some additional Parmesan cheese right across that. all flavor. Give it a pop of color with some fresh parsley and some flavor. What do y'all think of my fettuccine alfredo with chicken? Let's take a bite. Mmm. That's delicious. You are going to think that you were at an Italian restaurant, but a lot cheaper. Nice and creamy, full of flavor. That chicken is nice and tender. Y'all give me a thumbs up on this one. Make sure you like the video. If you're making this easy 3-step recipe, let me know down in the comments. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. I got some hungry people right now, so I got to feed them. Bye.